Logston, Mossberg,
Here.
Weidner, Kinsey,
Here.
Parsons.
Here.
All right, we have a quorum. July minutes. We have a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from July 14th.
We have a second?
I'll second.
The motion seconded to approve the minutes. Would you please call?
Mossberg,
Yes.
Parsons,
Yes.
Kinsey.
Yes. Number 4, City Council report.
Last meeting, fairly routine meeting, mostly budget amendments was a big part of it. There was a budget amendment, I believe, that's what I was looking at for the airport.
There was. There was.
For the airport, that's what I pulled up here.
I got it right here.
And, yes, I think questions on that, I can send you the budget amendment, but it's just mostly just wrapping up into the year type stuff.
Was it the changes that we made the safety notes on from our budget meeting?
No, this is stuff for last year's budget.
Right.
Okay. This budget amendment right here is for last year to kind of even everything out and make it where it's supposed to be.
Right.
Unfortunately, it hasn't hit to reflect in the financials. That's why you see some weird numbers in there that have paragraphs or parentheses around them, because the budget amendment didn't get in the encode to make those corrections, but it will before sending it off to the auditors. But no, to answer your question, the stuff we talked about, specifically the enterprise lease, we had an issue with our spreadsheet that we use for our budget. And so, in all actuality, in the airport budget, that capital outlay didn't actually hit your numbers. It wasn't picking up the what do you call those things, formulas, wasn't picking up that cell. So it didn't actually have any effect on your budget. So we're able to take it out, and it didn't change your numbers one bit. But then she's got notes for the rest of the stuff to do a budget amendment on.
So we'll see that in like September or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Joe.
I'm sorry, Joe.
But yeah, that was, like I said, not a whole lot there. We purchased a street sweeper, or discussed it. I think it's actually purchased in a special meeting.
We're using it.
A vacuum was
Hydrovac
that's going to make utilities work a lot easier for the city. I know Drake's really excited about that piece of equipment. It's going to be a good deal for us.
It's here already too.
We're good.
Matter of fact, they've already used it and got it dirty.
We're good.
So,
Is that something we can use out here too?
what's that? The hydrovac or the street sweeper?
Either one.
Yeah, the hydrovac is it's a pretty cool piece of gear. You essentially use high pressure, like a high pressure water nozzle, and a vacuum, and you make a slurry and vacuum it up, and it goes in this tank and holds it. Then that way, if you're working around like fiber lines or gas lines and stuff that aren't marked properly, and you hit them with the high pressure water, it doesn't hurt it. If you hit it with a backhoe, it hurts it. And then once you're done with your repairs, you push that slurry back out of that tank into the hole you just created, and it hardens right back up into soil. And so your yards and everything heal a lot faster. You don't have backhoes and stuff driving through people's yards, creating ruts and all that kind of stuff. It's a really pretty cool piece of equipment. Yeah, if we ever needed to do something like that out here to dig up a line or something like that, yeah, they'll absolutely use it out here. But yeah, the street sweeper we absolutely can use on the runways and taxiways, because this one actually picks up dirt, unlike our old one that just moved it. But yeah, it's it's working real well too.
Certain depth you can go.
With what, the hydrovac?
Yeah.
I think you can go as deep as you need to.
Yeah.
Is there anything else, Joe?
That's about it.
Welcome to the board.
Oh yeah, and I was put on the.
Yeah.
That's something I forgot to say, but yeah.
All right, we'll move to number B, manager's report.
Sorry, guys. As you can see, we had a better month for fuel numbers. Quite a bit of Jet A was sold. A lot of that had to do with our fuel price, as well as quite a few large sales went through. One being 2 flights of Marine helicopters, 2,000 gallons total. and they're rolling back through the 19th, making their way back to San Diego, so we should expect to see that kind of numbers.
Early.
That number, again, for this coming month.
What kind of helicopter?
2 Cobras, 2
Use.
Hueys, 2 flights of each. So 8 total, 4 and 4. The numbers you see on the revenue versus sold fuel, purchase versus sold, is a little lower than the numbers I got. Sadie just let me know today that she got more in, so the numbers are closer to what I reported. Still profit, but a little bit more profit. Large aircraft, we had quite a few citations and phenoms come through this last month, as well as a Honda Jet HA420, which I had not seen before. Nice aircraft. Overall for this month, I came up with the figure of $46,000 for income. I'm sure you guys may or may not have seen it. I would hope you had seen it either on Facebook or the airport's page, but the Young Eagles are coming 6th. They provided us with 20 slots on 2 different times. As of this morning when I checked it, there were 9 slots remaining. And the deadline for signups is the 1st of September. I anticipate having all slots full by then. With that, we're going to intend to do a coffee and donut breakfast along with hot dogs for lunch or closer to lunch. Hot dogs, chips, and soda. Provide the families with some. Hopefully we can bring some interest for the aircraft as well as airport interest itself. Come in, take a look around, see what we're about. Pending your questions, that's all I have for the manager's report here.
You gonna talk about the window?
Yeah, sorry. I do have a few more things. The window. I got an update this morning. I talked to Ronnie. The window came in, but they got the wrong one. Instead of getting the double pane tinted like we ordered, they got single pane.
Not tinted. It wasn't tinted either.
Non-tinted, just a sheet of glass. And there was talk of trying to put the single pane in to get it closed up. The problem with the single pane I brought up was that's a large piece of glass. All it takes is one jet to flip a 180 or a bird and it's going to pop it. So after a couple more recommendations, it was decided to hold off and reorder again. Make sure we get the right one this time. Fingers crossed. Update on the runway or taxiway. Runway's back open. Bravo 4 is the only accessible route in and off the runway. They're working on Bravo 1, 2, and 3. Well, they're working primarily on Bravo itself, getting the lights in. And they're then going to focus on Bravo 1 to try to get us both north and south access, with anticipated date staying on track for September as of now. For the above ground tank has been approved by the final inspector. It's operational. We are waiting on OCC to give us the final stamp of approval, the certificate of approval. As soon as that comes in, we will be ready to use it. It's got about 600 gallons in it right now. Just sitting there waiting for us. We did just get a tanker in Friday. I had to make the decision to put it in the in-ground one because we needed to use fuel. We were low enough to where I had to get fuel quotes. So one thing that was brought to my attention from the tanker is I could call ASAP to get assistance for cross-loading. Get with Brian and see if he can get a tanker over here and pump off the in-ground through the tanker to the above ground. They have the lines, the distance, and the tank or the pump on the trailer. So that may be an option for us to explore to make it quick.
Probably better than us trying to do it with that.
Yep. And it'd probably be cheaper than asking the crew that's supposed to rip the tank out to do it.
Yeah, probably would.
So I'll go that route. The minute I get the approval to use the above ground tank, I intend to go active with it. Pending cross transfer. They are also still intending to get us a light pole up over there. That's still worked into it. I don't know the timing on that though. I'll get with Toby on, get an update on that. But regardless, we've got forward movement. So pending your guys' questions, that's all I have.
Did they give you kind of a timeline on the window reorder?
No, honestly, they didn't give me any updated timeline. Right now, we're averaging 3 weeks per order.
Ronnie's pretty upset about it, so he's going to be going down there to Star every week and saying, "Where's my window? Where's my window? Where's my window?" Until they.
Is this, I feel like this over 60 days.
From what I understand, the error is suspected to be on Star's side.
I understand, it's just,
I know.
I hate to wait another 60 days.
No, we don't like to wait another 60 days. It's just, nobody's providing any oversight on who's ordering that stuff except Ronnie is now. He's feels like he's got some egg on his face, and that doesn't sit well with him, so he'll stay on him. And I do have one more thing to add, and I forgot it, but Sadie couldn't get it on the financials because we never get the ICS statement from Alva State before she has to produce your financials. Last month in July, we collected $886.44 of interest on that ICS account.
I think a lot of those large aircraft was from the reunion weekend.
Some of them, yes. We had quite a good handful of them just come because of price.
Really?
Like, strictly because of CAA price, which CAA price would go up a couple cents, but I don't believe it affects our retail price because we're still well within our window. But yeah, a lot of, I'd say at least half of them they converted here because of price.
Price is good.
Well, we also probably lost a little bit with being shut down those, what was it, 7-8 days.
Yep.
You know, that
10.
slows it down a little bit, but still. Yeah, we should have to do that again anytime soon.
The, oh, so once we've been working, at one point you mentioned that there could be I would say not a gift, but
Donation.
similar for getting the old tank out of the ground. You said there was a, crap, I can't think of it,
A grant?
grant, thank you.
I think that old tank coming out is part of this contract.
Okay, it is.
Yeah, it's part of this contract, and they have to abate that soil.
Okay.
That's all part of this contract with.
So that's all taken care of.
Yeah.
That wasn't a separate issue.
No, it's part of the whole thing.
We didn't do anything back until we
How are you doing on the ground and hangar leases?
The hangar leases I've got, I believe, up to 100%. Ground leases I'm still working on.
That being said, we've got to go through those hangar leases still and probably update a few of them. Some of them may be as old as 30 years or so, and we probably ought to take those to a lawyer and have him look at them, make sure they're still valid, and change anything we need to change on them. I mean, you know, not much in law they've changed in that amount of time, but it might have, I don't know.
I know you have a lot on your plate, but you might be thinking about that Freightliner truck. Because every day it sets is another day dollars worth less.
I agree, but I was going to say, I don't know what the legalities are for us to sell it, but we reach out to, if it's legal, of course, to the people we bought it from and just say, what would you, I mean, because I've accepted that. Whenever it was approved to sell it, it was approved to sell for what we paid for it.
Yeah.
We're not going to get what we paid for it. I've accepted that. The city doesn't need it in any other department, so the longer it sits, the more money we're going to take a hit on. You know, I just say take our hit and get rid of it so we don't have any more depreciation.
My recommendation on that would be go back to the company we bought it from, find us the correct truck that we need to replace this jet fuel or jet truck, and use that Freightliner as a trade-in on that new truck. And it doesn't have to be new; it can be used, but something better than what we've got. But use that Freightliner as a trade-in on it as a means to get rid of it. You're right. We're not going to get back what we have into it, but if we get something back,
Yes.
I think we're better off than not having anything. So that would be my recommendation, but that's up to you all.
Well, I mean, I think the manager should explore options like that.
Yeah.
That's going to come up with, but I I would have hesitation doing business with the same company and transferring the tank, because that got messy, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think there's
And it got expensive.
another company you can use to transfer the tank out there.
Yeah, I'd like to,
Yeah, in fact, I know there is. Rodney's got another company we can use to transfer the tank.
I'd like to see it on a couple options for us on next month's agenda. I don't think that's too aggressive to ask, because we have been sitting on that truck for so long.
Yeah.
And, I think that's it. Anybody else have anything to ask the manager? You just walked in the door. All right.
Go ahead.
All right, we'll move on to item 5. Discussion action to establish a bulk fuel discount for local pilots.
All right. As I say, Josh did some research and gave you guys this little research paper with basically his recommendation on there under the conclusion. So I think that's probably in line with the way you guys were thinking. I had to put it back on the agenda for us to even discuss and make a decision on it. Once again, this is completely with the board, but Josh did a little bit of research, and I think what he found is right in line with what you guys were thinking during our discussions last month.
I appreciate your research. Thank you very much. Does any board members have anything they want to ask? We don't have to take any action. We don't want to do anything, right? I mean, you don't have to vote on anything.
Yeah, you do. It needs action. It's a discussion action item, so you should have to vote no on it if you don't want to establish a bulk fuel price.
Is there a motion to either vote for or against?
I'd make a motion to not establish a fuel discount of any sort due to the findings that the manager has.
Do we have a second? It's been moved and seconded. Would you call roll, please?
Well, wait. Now, this needs to be a yes vote. The way he worded that, this needs to be a yes vote. Because what he said was discussion action to not establish a bulk fuel price. So it has to be a yes vote on this one.
Parsons,
Yes.
Logston,
Yes.
Kinsey,
Yes.
Mossberg,
Yes.
Okay.
Now let the next one die, Paul.
Just let
You read it, and don't take any action. Just let it die.
Okay. Item number 6, discussion and action to establish quantity of fuel to be considered as bulk. We will move on to number 7, remarks and inquiries by airport commission members. Do any commission members have any?
This is just kind of a point just for reference and conversation to be aware of. Did have a conversation here 3 or 4 weeks ago with a member of Vance Air Force Base, one of the training pilots. They did mention something about the T-20, T-38s having more presence up here with low level flying. They've shifted. Air Force has shifted some of the, as he explained, they've shifted some of their responsibilities and training operations that they're doing in Texas, closing that area down and moving some of that up here. So there may be some more low-level flying that they're doing in our area.
Looked at adding 2 more MOAs, I believe it is, from 500 to 18,000. I'm assuming associated to that for that additional training area.
So I mean, we may see more and more low-level stuff that's going on. So
We get them to land a few up once in a while.
that'd be great. We are looking from the university side. We are putting the request through for a flyover that will be at homecoming. We're looking to try and get that done. We'll see if that gets approved, but
Now-
submitting the request for that.
Along those lines, though, Dale, don't we have established the way to take government credit cards to sell them fuel? I mean, we just need to make sure I would say, if nothing else, make sure they know that we have that ability. If for some reason one of them gets in trouble, they do need to stop, we can.
What's the card?
It's the air card.
It's from the airport fuel card.
The government. Because I
Just
got one of them phone number. I'll be more than happy to call.
Yeah, just let them know we have that. If somebody gets in trouble and needs to stop and get fuel, we have that ability
Okay.
to do that here.
I could be wrong, but it seemed to me in a previous discussion, our other board member who was in the Air Force and has talked with them, has said that the fact that we've approved that new building, or we're proceeding with that new hangar stuff, I think that's one of the requirements in order to be able to land here, is that they had a problem, they could put the plane inside.
Yeah,
So once
I remember.
we have that, that will enhance our capabilities of being able to do that. That was one of the factors that helped us decide to move forward on that. And with Vance expanding, I think that's just a positive. And they're already flying over here anyway. They were here today.
Yeah, that area covers all the way from Texas up to Wichita for that training period.
If I'm not mistaken, there's only two primary training, and that's Wichita Falls and Enid.
Wichita Falls is a NATO training facility as well. So they train a lot of NATO pilots at Wichita Falls.
I think your ad in the newsroom was a good idea for getting your young units. If you don't see those slots filling up, you might figure out talk to those schools and see if there's some way you can get a flyer out to the kids since school's starting this week.
Yeah, we got it. I got the superintendent's number. Yeah, let's speak up. Yeah, 17th. And it's through 17th.
I want to say it's 8 to 17.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anybody else have any comments from the airport commission members? All right, then move to number 8, remarks and inquiries by citizens. Not, we'll go to number 9 and adjourn. Thank you all.